All right, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but the old wheel bearing shot. So that's what we're gonna be working on in today's video. Go ahead and jack up the truck. Make sure you use safety jacks. Take your wheel off. Mine's gonna be a little bit different because I don't have the vacuum locking 4-wheel drive and all that stuff. I just deleted all of that whenever I built the truck. So much easier, and I didn't like how the vacuum lines look like coming up, so all I've got is the ABS line and the brake line. And you'll be able to get some info from other YouTube videos learning and seeing. You have to buy the new vacuum seal and the seal driver tool if you are going to keep the vacuum lock and 4-wheel drive. Otherwise, it's gonna be exactly like this video. All right, guys, so we've got the wheel off. Now we're gonna take off this wheel spacer. Okay, so now that you're at this point and you've got the wheel off, like I said, mine's gonna be a little bit different than yours. So I do have wheel spacers on here. So we're gonna zip these wheel spacers off. And then there's gonna be 3 Torx bits right here. And then you can just grab right here with some pliers and pull this out. Whenever you pull this out, you're gonna get back in there and there's gonna be a gigantic snap ring. And you're gonna get in the description box down below and you're gonna click on the link for the snap ring pliers and you're gonna order them because that is the only snap ring pliers that will do this that I've found. Any of them from Advance, any of them from Napa, any of them from O'Reilly's, none of them store-bought snap ring pliers apparently will not work whatsoever. So I went ahead and ordered those. They are Knipex brand and the link will be in the description box down below. And it will help you tremendously. Just trust me on this one. Get down there, click the link, and order the snap ring pliers. So once I get the spacer off and this cap off, we're gonna pull the rotor off and the caliper off. Once we get all of that off, then I'll show you what makes it also a little bit easier and you can get in there with an impact gun. We're gonna be taking off this tie rod bar, which of course mine's different. Yours is gonna be a ball joint. Mine is just a gigantic 3/4 bolt with the Heim steering. So I've done some podunk shit to my truck, built this stuff right here. This is 2" with 1¼ Heims. Beefiest shit out there. I don't give a fuck what you say. But anyway. Okay, so now we've got the tie rod bar disconnected. Yours is just gonna look a little bit different and it's gonna be a different size, so it does no good me telling you the size of that. But that is literally just so then we can move this rotor and everything around, the whole knuckle assembly. So mine has a bolt with Heim steering, so obviously that's different than yours. But you're gonna just disconnect your tie bar. You will have to probably hit it right here to get that ball joint to disconnect if you still have ball joints. I do have a video on how I built all of this and what it's made of and all of that if you have any questions about that. But now that that is disconnected, 21 millimeters to take off the caliper. Sorry, all this is so dirty. And then this rotor will just slide right off. But once we take off this rotor, set that right there. Now we have, I'm not really worried about my ABS sensor because the new one comes with ABS sensors. So your new hub assembly will have ABS sensors and you can get to those just fine. The only thing that you really have to kind of keep an eye on is your dust shield. And don't forget to run the new ABS sensor underneath the dust shield. So inside of here, there's a snap ring and it's way back in there and it is super, super thick. So you will need the pliers that I'm gonna list in the description box down below to get that snap ring. I'm gonna go ahead and grab those right now and show those to you. And also, whenever I pulled out this piece right here, like I said, you literally can just grab it with some pliers and pull that out. But those were a T27, so you will need a T27, a 21 millimeter, I think a 22 millimeter if you have like factory wheels. Most of them are 22 millimeters, and the snap ring pliers. And I can't remember what size that factory ball joint was, like I said. But yeah, that's pretty much it. An 8 millimeter to pull this bolt out right here. So just a little 8 millimeter and zip that bolt out. And then if you're working on a factory truck, your ABS line probably bolts like through here somewhere with some more 8 millimeters. And then it goes up through here. But yeah, that's all. Actually, it'll probably go up through here and then up. and it'll be connected to like right here, I think. I can't remember, but you just unplug that right there, and then you've got this. So once we pull that snap ring off, then we're going to just go back in here and zip these nuts off. So those are a 21 millimeter as well. So 4 21 millimeter nuts on the back side. And then we are ready to put this brand new hub assembly in, and we'll be golden, ready to roll. This is the CarQuest Platinum or whatever premium. It has a 3-year warranty. So if the 16 wides eat this baby up, no big deal, it'll be free. Pop it off, run it to Advanced Auto, swap it out for a brand new one. A lot of people ask me what brands to run on the hub assemblies. The CarQuest Premium or Platinum or whatever is what I run on all of my customers' trucks and everything, and that's what I've had the best look out of. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. You can obviously do Ford, the OEM Motorcraft Ford hub assemblies. Held up to 90,000 miles on my truck, and the other one is still holding up. They hadn't been changed to my knowledge from the previous owner. I got my truck around 60,000 miles. So in my opinion, and this truck got lifted 8.5 inch lift and 38s on 20 by 12s whenever it was at like 20 something thousand miles, the previous owner said. So whenever I bought the truck, it actually did have an 8.5 inch lift on it. So for it to be stock up to like 20 something thousand miles, and then from 20 something thousand miles all the way up to 60 something thousand miles, it had 20 by 12s and 38 inch mud tires on it. So the factory wheel bearings are obviously good wheel bearings, but they're a lot more expensive. So if you can pick up the CarQuest instead, you don't get the Motorcraft ones, but you do get that 3-year warranty, so that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. I'm gonna go grab these pliers and show you those, pulling that snap ring out, and then we'll zip the 21 millimeter nuts off the back, slap the new hub assembly on, and repeat this process completely opposite of what we just now done, and then it'll be pretty much changed out. So I'll be right back. All right guys, so we are back. We got these Knipex snap ring pliers. They may just look like some normal big snap ring pliers, but dude, these things are beefy. Knipex should definitely sell these as F250 snap ring pliers for the hub assemblies, because this is the only snap ring pliers that I've ever found that actually worked. So yeah, definitely pick you up a pair of these. Link will be in the description box down below, so you'll just click that link and purchase them on Amazon. So right there it is, the snap ring. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this thing is so thick. And this, I mean, I'm squeezing like really, really hard to open this thing up that much. So this snap ring is very, very heavy duty. And literally all that does is keep your hub assembly from coming off if that bolt, like if all 4 bolts, I guess, were to come off. And I don't really know if this snap ring would hold up anyway. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I've thought about not even putting it on, but it just keeps your axle shaft from moving in and out and stuff as well. So it goes around the axle shaft and snaps into a little slot. And now we'll literally just turn this. It's so easy since we got our tie rod bar disconnected. And 4 nuts. Wow. Not the first time I've had 4 nuts in a day, but pretty good experience anyway. So I very recently swapped out this hub assembly, and I put a used one on there like an idiot. So yours may be a lot harder to get off than mine is, but just pretty much want to hit it some. So there's that. So now that we've got this hub assembly off, with the ABS wire on the top, we can literally just lift our dust shield off, set the new one right beside of it, and set the dust shield back on, slide it in there, and you're good to go. And just set that on there. Don't forget to run this up and through here. There is also, there's an O-ring right here, and it does come with a new O-ring, and then you're gonna have like a big like vacuum seal. I don't have any of that because I don't need any of that. And now we can just take these 4 nuts, put them back on those studs, and zip those back on. All right, guys, so now we put the two 21 millimeters back in the caliper after we slid the rotor on. Now we're going to get our snap ring and put it on the snap ring pliers. I'm not even going to use the new one. This one's fine. After you put your snap ring on, put you a flathead screwdriver back in there and just tap on it with a hammer just to make sure that that snap ring's seated and locked into position. And then after that, you are pretty much done. You're going to reconnect your tie rod bar right here. Put this piece back in, put the 3 bolts back in, and you're good to go. So after I get all this stuff back together, I will show you that the wheel doesn't have play anymore. Also, if you have 2-inch spacers, you do have new studs now, so you do have to actually grind down on all of your wheel studs and cut off you're not cutting off any thread, and right here you see where it's rounded, you're kind of just getting rid of that. So you're not cutting off a whole lot, but they will actually touch. They are longer than 2 inches from my experience. What do I know? You'll have to file those down, so make sure that you do that so your wheel doesn't fall off. If you don't believe me, then just put your wheel on, let it fall off. All right, guys, so we got the wheel bearing swapped out, the whole hub assembly, and I just went ahead and zip tied that wire up through there. Don't forget to pick up a pair of those Nypex pliers, and we're just gonna back the truck out now, drive it, see if we can tell the difference driving. It was making like a clicking noise, so we'll see if that's gone or not now. So just enjoy these couple of random clips, and always remember, everybody starts as a nobody, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.